unfortunately, Potato coming in with the S, 12k, just faster on that trigger. DRS holding onto the duo. VOIN Donkey now fully sending it up into the building. Oh, and it is looking pretty tough for DRS.
Absolutely, VOIN Donkeys is charging and they're sending all the players to the lobby one by one. Now Example is the last one standing. He was trying to spot the players, but he can do nothing. The last man standing of DRS up against VOIN Donkeys, all 4 players. All the team is charging in. Look at the position of this player. Look at him. He is just holding the high ground. But once again, Example in his position is compromised. Everybody knows that he's in the first floor. Utilities are coming flying. Any utility connects him. If any grenade connects him, he will be done and dusted. All the players are going to push together, and here comes the finish. DRS. Down they go on the 15th spot without getting a single point. Look at DRS. They're on the 16th spot with just 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really tough position to find yourself in. It's always so confusing to see teams that you know can perform exceptionally well and that can have really good pacing, having a bit of a tough start like this, right? So I'm very surprised with that. I mean, you could even maybe include VOIN Donkey and HALAL AXETRON in that, because we have seen all 3 of those teams situated towards the bottom side of the standings having phenomenal plays, right? Game in, game out. But so far, for the start of the grand finals here, it has not been what they've been able to do. Now, we are left with 14 squads. We are going to be looking up to Everest, where TALON are going to be setting up their nest, waiting to see how far they'll have to rotate once the end of stage 1 has come on through, and stage 2 will kick on in.
Well, look at BNDT Sports. Look at them in the kill feed. They're coming up against BTR on this visit tower. They eliminated 2 players. In fact, 1 player. They already have 5 elimination numbers in the backpack. We all know that BNDT Sports, when they decide to charge in, it gets difficult for anyone else to survive. Whoever's in front of them, they will definitely tell them what it means to take a fight. How do you take a fight? They will definitely teach you. But yeah, they lost 1 player in the process, 10 Sky, which is not a good thing. I mean, they have to play with the 3 players, which is already a disadvantage because we have so many teams with 4 men standing in the lobby. Maybe 2 to 3 with their 3 players. But ASIC side, 9 points in 2 matches, not a good number. They also have to get a chicken dinner, or maybe have a 15 or 20 points match. Maybe this is that match where ASIC side will get 20 or 15 points, or maybe it can be any Miramar, because we've seen this team dominating in Miramar. We've seen them pushing, charging in, getting 19 points. But now that they're getting close to BNDT, are they gonna go all in? Do they have any clue? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting angle here from their side. I mean, it'd be great for them if they got one of those amazing matches, and if this was that one. Ooh, woo, coming in, finding Vance. The hit is there. Casanova getting dropped on down, baby. You gotta clutch this up. Basel just on the opposite side. No! BNDT though, down they go. ASI8 narrowly escaping a very quick trip back into the lobby.
Look at the map. Sem9 is charging in. They had a clue. They got the information. They heard the gunshots, and now they're going in. They're slamming in. Sem9 versus ASIC side. Another potential third party. But look at the kill feed. VIPERxKO knockout got eliminated by Boom Esports, and Sem9 getting in this fight with some beautiful grenades, and on the back of it, it's TALON with a third party. They're becoming the savior of Team ASIC side, but is ASIC side gonna survive this? Is TALON gonna decide and push and charge in? They are already taking the players down, but ASIC side, they'll probably get eliminated because who is bleeding out? The last 2 players left standing. They have 3 elimination points. This third party from Sem9 was not that good because they did not get any elimination here. In fact, they lost 1 player in the process.
It's like that situation when you walk into a wall in the dark, right? You thought you're going somewhere, but actually it ended up going nowhere, right? That's kind of what happened here with Sem9. Unfortunately for ASI8, they lost 2 players, as you said, so this does complicate things a little bit more for them. It's going to be making it a little bit more challenging for that winner chicken dinner to maybe come their way. But now look at this. Champions, though, in RRQ getting right down to business. Lapar and Nuga, they will have to try and clutch this one out.
Absolutely, 2 players down. Nogat and Lapar, the last 2 players standing. But look at Nogat. He is so far away from his teammates. I mean, Lapar is going and he's gonna try and get him. But are they gonna rush back in time or not? Because C1, once they revive their teammate, they will definitely try and charge in on you. But here comes another team. There's a third party. Boom is also here. A grenade was thrown, and RRQ, the vehicle is right on that grenade. But RRQ, this brilliant or maybe a pathetic move by them is gonna leave them or eliminate them from this match. Here comes another third party. Seems like this is the match of third party. Wherever we see a fight, there's a third team who tries to go in, tries to get some elimination points for themselves. This time around, it's Boom Sports who will try to put some trouble on team C1. But C1, as soon as they realize that there's some other team, they just hopped on their vehicles and left this situation.
Well, if you see one, you got to take the engagement, right? You got to try and see if you can maybe play on those third parties. There's going to be a big opportunity for that, especially looking up on towards the north. And again, we are venturing into the quarry region. Glue and the players there from HALAL, AXETRON already getting themselves situated. You can see champions now trying to push into quarry as well. But up in the north, still many squads looking for a spot to call home for the time being. Very tough angle to play off of as well. Now champions running straight into the hot mess. It is going to be Hitman starting that play as the confirmation is in. Champions now down to a solo. It's going to be Atomic trying to just play a serious game of hide and seek here. Not quite sure if anyone will find them, but they very well could. Glue Squad trying to lock quarry down. It is theirs. They were here, and now they want to try and just assert their dominance.
Well, the dominance is not quite there, but Blue Squad, they're surviving all 4 players. The entire plan of Blue Squad is to stay away from all the trouble. They just want to play by the zone. They're focusing on placing points, and they know that if they manage to stay alive, they manage to be in top 4 with all 4 players. Elimination numbers, yeah, they will get it. But those 10 points is what their target is. For now, they are holding on that quarry spot, which is a good area in terms of, if we talk about the zone, it's a good area. Talking about BTR, another team who we saw dominating, going all in the previous stage. Now that they have lost 1 player, they're also focusing on some stable gameplays. And we have 11 teams already, so much area and so less teams. Because the drop clashes, the rotational fights, they were just there. BTR still on that hill, trying to spot the players of Boom Esports, and side by side they're waiting for the zone to close in. Only 10 seconds left, and the next zone mixed stage is gonna be there. BTR, they'll probably be forced to move inside the zone because I think the circle is not gonna come here. It's not gonna shift here. Yes, the circle is gonna go far away, and now they are focusing on a rotation.
Well, some pretty tough rotations still to be had. Glue now just looking to expand their reach up into that quarry region. TODAK is going to be moving up here, just on that western side. You can see Noel and the rest of Glue Squad keeping a very close eye on them, trying to time the moment to strike. They don't want to give TODAK too much ground, because once that momentum has been secured, it is quite difficult to stop. Now HALAL AXETRON going to be moving in over towards the edge, just squeezing on through, looking for their own opportunity. But I got to say, though, I'm actually quite impressed with what HALAL AXETRON has been able to do here. Right? They showed great competency coming through that last chance. Today, trying to keep that same kind of approach going here. With the teams, they have other ideas. ASI8 also squeezing up into quarry, and again, not a lot of options to play off of here.
Absolutely, ASI8, they have only 1 player standing, 3 elimination numbers to the name. This is not good. This is not amazing. 4 matches and 3 matches, and you just have 13 points, 12 points. You gotta work harder. This is grand finals. You gotta aim for the top spot. This is not the qualification round where you can be in the top 8 and still qualify. That's grand finals. You gotta show your grand performance. Blue squad. Can they show their best here as they were showing in the previous stage? But Boom Esports coming up against BTR. Once again, the table toppers are fighting with each other. BTR, the slam is going to be there by Boom Esports. Now that they took one down, they have decided to charge in. On the back of it, it's VIPERxKO who will be coming for a third party. And look at Boom Esports. The split is not that good, but yes, good enough to confirm the knocked player. Good enough to take the elimination point in the backpack. Are they gonna charge in? They'll probably spot Kent as well. The position was compromised. BTR's players are out in the open. Why would you play out in the open when you have some compounds to play in?
That is a good question, right? But now, Boom, this is a good opportunity for them to apply a lot of pressure. Vampire going to look to move in as well, so BTR could have their time in this match numbered. But the clock could be running out for them very, very soon. There's still about a minute left until the Zone 4 has closed up completely, but Boom is going to try and capitalize on every available opportunity. Moving into Quarry is not going to be an easy fight by any measure. M now going to be sipping on some blue juice, trying to survive a very wide angle held by the entirety of Boom. But can they pull all the players into safety? Will we see Zero go for the rescue? It does seem like that's the play. So Yumi now having a pretty tall order on their shoulder, right? They have to keep the presence of the team within the zone. They have to try and push back on any players or teams that could look to contest them. So far, doing a good job. 4 eliminations is what they have to show, but you got to watch out for those third parties as BTR are trying to strike back. They are trying to reclaim a little bit of their territory, and there we go. The entirety of Boom has made it in, but they still have to push forward, and this could be that opportunity for BTR to turn it against them, as Kent is quite exposed. Let's see, can they bounce back? Can they respond in kind?
Absolutely. Seems like the romance between BTR and Team Esports, it's not over. Once again, BTR coming in with one knockout. Razy is trying to push forward. He's trying to revive his teammate, or maybe he wants to focus to go inside the zone. A bit of elevation found by BTR. Is he gonna take another player down? Is he cooking a grenade? Razy block. He's gonna be found by VIPERxKO. Vampire decided to charge, and in the meantime, a third party is gonna be there. Sam9 is also there. What's going on? It's Boom versus BTR versus Vampire versus Sam9 and Zero. Look at his position. It's gonna get compromised, and in the meantime, Vampire will go all in. Boom Esports is done and dusted. Another team down the ground. But Vampire, the next challenge is going to be the last man standing of BTR, and then they have to fight with Sam9 as well because they're also coming in. Look at this. Miola, he had the position, he had the idea about the last man standing of BTR. In the meantime, it's VOIN Donkeys who will do a third party. Make things easy for Team Vampire, but they have to revive their teammate. Vampire will be a 4-man ops force once again, but here comes another spray by Miola. Maybe that was a bait. That was a perfect bait. Sam9, what a beautiful spray.
Yep, you can't really fault what we see happening right here. Sam9 just locked in. They want to claim the North for themselves. Vampire's having a pretty tough time here. But for Sam9, it's not necessarily a guaranteed play. And we are looking over to what their rotation will be. They still have the full squad up, so they can still cause quite a bit of carnage and mayhem. But I like that setup coming through from Glue Squad up on the hill. Could be quite the advantage to try and play for. But look at this, Sam9 now getting aggressive as they look to full send it. The full squad rolling up. Sam9, they are in it, but will they win it? So far the knocks are there. That is Cento down and Vampires out. Sam9 locked down control of the eastern side.
Absolutely. Team VIPERxKO gone in an instant. What a beautiful push. But wait a second, it's TODAK Gaming coming up against TALON Esports. Another fight between the dominators going on. Some beautiful grenades were sent. Nan winning his 1v1. Now the confirmation is going to be there. He has so much loot that he can enjoy. But you know, they have to focus on all the other players too. It's a 3v3 situation. The zone advantage is with them. They gotta use those utilities inside the smokes. The zone is gonna push them. Look at Johan. He's outside in the open. The grenade is gonna go. TALON ESPORTS, the players are compromised. From one side it's Blue Squad, and from another it's TODAK Gaming. The last man standing is Boycel, and a beautiful spray will shut him down, and down they go. TALON ESPORTS gets eliminated. TODAK Gaming confirming 7 points, and look at Nan getting 5 points. The domination is there from him, but VOIN Donkeys, they realize that there's a team, and now they've decided to do a third party on them.
9-9 looking pretty good on this front here. Now, TODAK trying to bring the numbers back up to even, as it is going to be Dolphin just on the edge. That blue nipping at the heels. A very tight spot to be in here. But now, the hard work comes because they have to find a way to rotate back towards that eastern side. VOIN Donkey looking pretty good here. 6 eliminations up already. Our second most aggressive team, but this could be that opportunity for VOIN Donkey to fly up all the way from 15s well into that top 9 slot. But the place to play for is going to be well within the top 5, right? Because that is where you're going to be finding your share of that prize pool. Now, Sem9 tryout, looking for a few angles. HLE right here alongside them, so there could be another crazy engagement coming through here. But HALAL, AXETRON going to try and keep it nice and steady. Wait for a lot of the pressure to be alleviated before they try to assert some kind of a position here. But good awareness being shown here by Satria and the rest of Sem9. Right, they spot out so many opportunities. VOIN Donkey, they're going to try and move. This might be quite the risky decision. As you can see, Potato now getting peeled back. The HP bar starting to drop out in the blue. Up in flames. Hitman locks in and up they go. Sem9 could also sneak in a few cheeky trades.
Seems like HALAL AXETRON, they found their momentum. They found their peace, because look at their position. Look at the split. That is beautiful by them. But now they don't have many elimination numbers. Only 3 in their backpack, but this is enough. They can still get more. Maybe get 5 and 6 more and get a chicken dinner. HALAL AXETRON, they want to start the domination in this grand final, but VOIN Donkeys are pinched. Look at their position. They're getting damaged. They're getting tagged one by one. The players are getting low in HP, but a beautiful spray will take down 6-9. And a trade spray from Blue Squad will also take down the players of VOIN Donkeys. So they're getting third party from 2 different sides. But Mad Cat, you gotta revive 6-9 as soon as you can, because VOIN Donkeys, they need to move inside the zone. They're gonna charge in once again. Look at Gazer. He is already inside the zone. The compound is secured, and now his teams are gonna follow. Some beautiful smoke cover is gonna be there. In the meantime, the last 2 players in rotation, they had the best vehicles, but yes, the rotation was not there. The confidence that they needed to rotate was not there. Maybe if they had used them directly inside the zone, they could have survived. All four players could have survived. But HALAL AXETRON, wait for them. They're coming in with beautiful grenades. The smoke was there, but you cannot push like this. You cannot go like this out in the open, because there are some more teams who can probably challenge you. But one grenade is gonna hit right on the face of Gazer. He's knocked out. VOIN Donkeys is left with the last one standing. One more grenade goes. Elimination number is confirmed, and now VOIN Donkeys is the last one standing. But HALAL AXETRON, no one is being able to spot them. Although they're getting out in the open, they're taking the risk, but still they're not being punished.
Yeah, I'm confused with that too. I mean, like, how can you run back and forth like this and nobody punishes you for that decision? Now, Razak gonna try and see if that if the utility can reach all the way through. Meanwhile, HALAL AXETRON, they have to decide how they're gonna look to push up here. Are they gonna try and climb up onto the hill, or will they stay down here on the lower ground? You see Baby just up ahead. They're from ASI8, also just trying to become invisible. Not quite sure how much they'll be able to succeed at that, but ASI8, they do have 4 eliminations. Blue Squad right there alongside them is going to try and keep it pretty contentious. Sem9, HALAL AXETRON, the only 2 squads coming through with 4 players. So we could be seeing quite a few interesting strategies getting utilized here by them. Baby becoming one with the terrain. Oh, but VOIN Donkey, they will become one with the lobby as they get traded off 6 eliminations to show. Of course, the placement points to go along with that. Final showdown is here. Will we see ASA maybe still clutch out a few additional points? Not quite sure. HALAL AXETRON, though, is going to be feeling quite a bit of a hit here, as you can see those HP bars just drastically dropping on down. Same 9 now. Going to look for a quick little bit of a reposition. Blue is going to pressure them over onto the northern side of zone.
Absolutely, the position advantage is definitely with SEM9 because they have the best or maybe the closest to the center spot. With SEM9, you gotta have those vehicles in cover because there are 2 teams on 2 different ends. Both will try and push forward. Both will try and make you a sandwich, and if it happens, you will not be able to survive in this location. So they gotta fight on 2 different ends. On one side it's Team Blue Squad, and on another I think it's HALAL AXETRON, and HALAL have decided to charge in. Look at it, man. It's coming in with all those beautiful grenades, and we have seen this team doing wonders with grenades. They are so good with the utilities. HALAL AXETRON, once they decide to charge in, they never fall back. And I think they are trying to push here. Or maybe SEM9 before Team HALAL AXETRON finds a good spot. Maybe they can push them back with the grenades. So yeah, grenades are going in, utilities are being used. No one is deciding to push, everybody's waiting for the zone. Now that the zone is now that the zone have moved forward, it's Clue Squad who needs to push forward because they don't have the zone. Although HALAL AXETRON have the edges, SEM9 still have the good spot, but Team Blue Squad, they need to move inside the zone and the play area is gonna get restricted for them.
Yeah, they've been dormant for a good while, right? They've not been able to secure a whole bucket load of eliminations, at least not just yet. Noel coming through with the bow up on the top there. Noel, a good stealthy approach, but is that going to be enough now for Glue to try and lock it in? HLE, they've been able to patch themselves up. SEM9, this HP bar is also essentially full. But does that mean anything for them at this point? Stage 8 about to come to an end. That means stage 9 is going to hit, and it is going to hit so hard. Where will this go? Baby from ASA still going to be holding just down in the quarry itself, but that could actually be a very strong position as it is close towards the center, and there's not a lot of angles really for all these teams to try and take position onto.
Yeah.
Again, it's all going to come down to who will be the first one to pull the trigger.
It's the calm before the storm. That's what we're seeing right now. The Glue is gonna move forward. The circle is closing in. And now, what are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna push in SEM9? Are they gonna wait and, sip on the blue juice? Or are they gonna charge in towards HLE side? Although HLE is so far away, they have the circle for themselves. There's a solo. From ASX side, we're still trying to survive. HLE, if they try to charge in on him, it will be a good idea. But are they gonna go and charge in on ASX side? It's last man standing. What's gonna happen? The zone is closing in. That's the last zone. That was the last zone. There are no more zones after this. Now the chaos is gonna begin in a few seconds. Utilities are gonna come in, all flying. And HALAL AXETRON, they have decided to charge in. It's Baby versus the entire squad of HALAL AXETRON. Is he gonna clutch on this team or not? We've seen him doing wonders previously. Grenades are coming in from Blue Squad side. ASX side, Baby is also doing the same thing. Utilities are coming in, flying, and Baby's gonna find one with the shotgun. 90-degree will be taken down. On the back of it, it's Mad Cat with half HP. You gotta watch out. You cannot push him in. Baby, if he clutches the situation, it will be miraculous. It will be a demise for HALAL AXETRON. We've seen this guy doing wonders. Zone is pushing from one side. Baby with the grenade comes in and he pushes with the shotgun. He finds another player. It was a 1v1, but here comes a spray by Blue Squad. No more players from HALAL AXETRON. It's the last man standing, and on the back of it, it's SEM9 versus Team Blue Squad versus the last man standing of Team HALAL AXETRON, but he will be dealt with. Once again, back to the last situation where it's a 2v1, and a grenade is gonna come in on the face of Neo. It's a chicken dinner, not by Blue Squad. Yeah.
Insanity. I mean, this quarry finish was just absolutely crazy. But well done, well played. Seb9 coming in clutch here. Locking in that winner chicken dinner. And what a turn of events it has been, though. I mean, Blue Squad, they just looked so good, right? They've been up in that quarry position for the longest time, just holding in that angle. But Seb9, they've just been able to kind of muscle their way up into quarry position. But you got to give it up to Baby from ASI8. That was a phenomenal defense, right? Causing so much carnage there onto the players from HALAL, AXETRON, and got to love to see it. But it is going to be Noel all the way from Glue Squad Esports coming in with a very strong finish. 6 eliminations and 739 damage. Again, I'll say it. I love these outfits that they have, right? The shirts,
Power
look like
Rangers
Power
outfit.
Rangers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean the pattern is there, the color combination is there. So yeah, they are the Power Rangers. I mean, in the previous match, the way they performed, they had good amount of elimination numbers. They didn't get the chicken dinner, but it's okay. It's all right. They have a good 16 number match, and that is brilliant. That is enough to place them in the top 3. But then Sam9, what a beautiful show of skills by them. I mean, in that situation where there was once when they were pinched between two teams, HALAL XAVIER on one side, and then we had Sam9 on another. How beautifully they pushed back HALAL XAVIER, and the push on A6 side Baby was also a blunder. They could have thrown some utilities and eliminate him, because that was the closest hurdle. It would have been an easy chicken dinner for HALAL XAVIER if only they'd managed to eliminate Baby, because Baby, before he was taken down, he knocked 2 players. He probably knocked 3 players.
Yeah, he almost got the 4th, but if it wasn't for that off-angle play coming through to just close it out, it could have turned out so much differently here. But well played, though. I mean, TODAK coming through with 10, HALAL coming through with 10. And then, of course, we've already spoken about Glue Squad and Sam9. The rest of the lobby also coming through with strong contributions, right? ASI8, Baby, surviving up until that late stage, is going to secure 9 points for their squad alongside VOIN, Donkey. But look at this Glue Squad now getting themselves situated back at the top yet again. Sam9 hot on their heels, jumping up 7 positions into that 2nd slot. And then we also see ASI8 and HALAL AXETRON also really capitalizing on this last glorious match. Those points going a long, long way.
Absolutely, with this momentum, Glue Squad, they could just run away with the leaderboard, but are they gonna replicate this performance in the coming matches? We're just done with the half day. We have 3 more matches to go. 30 points by Sam9. As you mentioned, what a big jump by this team. They're also performing once again. Although they were under pressure, they had 2 teams at different sides, as we mentioned. But moving onwards, Champion Sports will not get a good game. Women Sports also struggled in this match. ASXI joining on the first page, and HALAL XAVIER also joining in the first page on 8th spot with 5 points jump. Although, if you look towards their points, not the amazing number that we talk about, but still enough to keep them alive in the competition, because it's not too bad. The competition is still not over. The top spot is on 32 spots, so you just need to have a chicken dinner, and maybe you can jump from 7 to the 1st spot if you get good elimination points.
Yeah, there is definitely opportunity for that to come through here. But I like what the teams are doing so far. I mean, Bandit moving up as well as VOIN, Donkey. Again, the points, not anything to write home about. But still, it just shows you that the competition is still pretty tight, even though we are 3 matches deep. So there's a lot of change that could be coming through in the remaining 3 matches of the day. And it's all going to come down to how these teams look to apply themselves and those strategies as they step forward. Because, I mean, the XAVIER, though, having the most surprising performance so far. Only 1 point in the past 3 games. DRS also only 3 points in the past 3. Something's got to change, right? We want to see these teams unlock that insane aggression yet again. And I want to see some pretty tough plays and challenges being applied to the top of the leaderboard.
I mean, not just DRS, but talking about Team Bandit, RRQ, all these teams are struggling. Even VOIN Donkeys. I mean, when the day started, we were talking about VOIN Donkeys getting on the first spot as they were dominating in the last stage. I mean, in the last chance, it was VOIN Donkeys getting early on aggression, early on elimination points, and now they were unable to get their momentum in the first 3 matches. Will they be able to do something like this in the next match, or maybe on the maps of Miramar? Only time is gonna tell. Let's wait and find out. But I think we have 3 matches left, and before we head on to our next match, it's time for a short break. So I just want to confirm this from our producer. I think the break can still wait. Yeah, but before we hop onto our next match, and before we move towards the break, what do you think what's gonna happen in the next match? Is VOIN Donkeys or anyone from the bottom spot, are they gonna make a comeback, or do you think that it's a no or a difficult situation for them?
I think they should, right? The question of whether they will,
Yeah.
that's to be determined, right? I don't quite know, but the statistics show that there is a chance for that, right? I mean, Talon Esports could also just decide, you know what, let's go for it. Skyforce, they were trying a little bit. We saw that back in game number 2. Game number 3, tried to convert that into a little bit more aggression, but unfortunately, they weren't really able to capitalize on as much of that, right? Instead, they got taken out really quickly. So I like what Skyforce is trying here, but let's see whether or not they can try and do a little bit more as, well, we'll break right into the action as we are hopping into game number next. It is match 4. It is going to be our second to last Erangel for day number 1 right here in the grand finals on the Ladoma Asia Showdown Season 4.
Well, there are no more breaks, and there we have it. Our 4th flight path of the grand finals. Every team has been waiting for this, and moving onwards, the flight path is going to be a cornered one on towards that southeastern side. The circle. Do you want me to predict circle once again, DK?
If you can, let's go.
Do you want a precise prediction or a just okay-ish prediction?
Yeah, let's go for precise.
It's gonna come towards either Yasnaya or Rozok. Like, it's gonna go towards the southern side or like the center, close to the center.
All right, let's see. Drum
I can be
roll,
wrong.
please.
I can be wrong.
Drum roll effect. I know I have a drum roll sound effect. It's not going to come on stream, but it will definitely be there. Right, let's see. I can do this. Not quite the same one, but hey, we'll see how this one plays out as the zone is going to get ready to pop.
Oh
It
my
goes up
God.
north to Saverni. I mean, valiant effort. Nice try, Laden.
I mean, I said Rozok Yasnaya. I said you Rozok mentioned side, but yeah, it's maybe it can go down to Rozok's side, because you know we have seen some hardship, some circle side. But wait a second, no matter what happens, the drop class is not gonna go. I mean, it's not over until it's over. I mean, Skyforce is saying it's not over until I win. And look at this. Once again, Skyforce coming up in a drop clash. Previously, they struggled a lot. They lost the drop clash up against TODAK Gaming. Oh, no, TODAK Gaming. And on the other side, it's CX versus Bandit going on in Pochinki.
Only gotta love these potential exchanges that we could have coming in here. Already a few knocks making their way through that feed, just lighting on up. Bandit already losing 2 players. The XAVIER losing 1. TODAK, maybe could have 2 players knocked out. Let's see what Godless is going to do as Skyforce is coming in with full force up on the top here. Just riding the position. Let's see if the rest of Skyforce can join in onto the party. Now, Godless, good defense here, holding it down. But is it going to be enough? Up comes Icy, knocking on the door.
Whoa.
Icy, you either which way. It is going to be a tough play, but look at that. Godless, relentless with the shotty, but does get dropped on down. Oh, love these plays. 999 coming in. Hot Cleon coming up with the cleanup. And now, it is just plays all over the place. Now, Skyforce having a lot of pressure on their shoulders. They have to try and bounce back. 2 players up. Sunshir and Icy could still clutch this one. Bandit goes down to third. 17 teams we are. And the game is on.
I mean, you cannot make any mistake now. Skyforce, you gotta watch out. He has a shotgun in his hands. Meanwhile, the revival was there. Godless is revived, and now both the players are gonna push him. He's not gonna let him revive his other teammates. Skyforce, they're gonna go for the hunt. Two players still alive on two different sides. And wait a second, why wouldn't you revive your teammate? Why would you go back? That's a potential mistake by Team TODAK Gaming. They could have revived. But Skyforce will confirm one elimination point. Now it's a 2v4 situation. Skyforce looking good. Godless with the shotgun. He went for those beautiful knockouts. But look at HALAL AXETRON. Look at their position. I think no one has any clue about them, and they will definitely surprise whenever someone tries to come out in the open. They are thrown down. Look at them. It's an absolute battleground or a war field over here, because three teams are gonna go all in, and Italy is just waiting for them. They're just waiting for any mistake.
Let's see, will HALAL AXETRON come in as the cleanup crew? Or could it be somebody else? I mean, we only have 3 squads on this far southern side of the map, so it could only be one of the 3. Skyforce, though, interesting strategy that we see them adopting here, as the whole team now has positioned themselves in the compound. Icy, Godless, gotta watch out. Very exposed angles. Sanchir and Riley, they have the right idea, but Icy is in dire need of meds. They need to try and get themselves patched up. Now it's going to be 999 holding on the angle there. Hitman locks it in. The third party is now coming through. Cleon is going to be the last one to try and lean on. The pressure is on. Will they survive? Oh, the hits coming through. It is HALAL AXETRON moving in. Clean up aisle 4.
Yeah.
Will they be able to pull this one off, though?
I mean, one of the player is placed on the backside, and maybe Skyforce have no clue. They have been wrapped around. They don't have anywhere to go. They cannot get away with this fight. From this fight, they cannot fall back, because there is one player, Mad Cat, coming from the container side. Team Skyforce is pinched from different angles. On one side, it's the soul of TDK, and on all the other side, it's HALAL AXETRON. Now they decide to charge in. I see why. He needs heals. He needs some meds. And Mad Cat has 4x with an M4. How did they get such good load in such short time? I mean, although we saw the drop flashes, before even picking up the loot, both the teams were trying to throw bullets on each other. Now Skyforce will probably make a decision to fall back from this fight. Riley is also low in HP, but he was found by Hitman, and Knock and Finish gonna come in. Now Skyforce is gonna realize that Team HALAL AXETRON, they are on just every possible corner. Look at ICY, still trying to find some meds, and he is not gonna get his hands on any. Or maybe he did. Yep, that's a good news. Icy healed himself and once again ready to go in this fight, but HALAL AXETRON, they have the minute advantage. They have wrapped around every corner of Novo Pinoy. No one can go, and no one can survive from here. No one can get away from this situation. And once again, TDK, the last one standing, was trying to charge in. Mad Cat will find him. Mad Cat will shut him down. Third elimination point to the tally. Easiest elimination point for HALAL AXETRON.
Yeah, but what's not going to be easy will be that rotation back up into the zone. NEXORY now also stepping in onto the battlefield. As you can see, they have 2 players up. The knocks have been dealt. Let's see whether or not Demo can showcase a little bit of a performance here. It is going to be Sam9 coming in hot. Satria and Haikyuu right there. Down goes Demo. An absolutely devastation coming in for NEXORY. Down to a solo they are. Example now, gonna get hit. You can see BTR moving in swiftly alongside them. And again, the pressure is just on.
I mean, BTR loves to play here on this gas stage, and once again the last one standing will be dealt with. All the players are sent to the ground. DRS getting eliminated, and BTR with 4 elimination points. That is beautiful by them. But DRS getting 3 elimination points, 3 total points in 4 matches. That is pathetic. Not good enough. it will never be good enough. But now, BTR, after eliminating DRS, they're charging in on Team Boom Esports. They gotta watch out. There are a few more teams here, and it's not gonna be easy for you to eliminate Boom Esports, but it doesn't matter. It's BTR by Vitality we're talking about. They will push if they want to push. Look at the wraparound. The Molotov's gonna come in, and once again, Razy block with some beautiful information given to the teammates. And this Molotov will eliminate your Johan. Yummy Johan.
Still Johan, either which way we look at it. Now, Bumblebee. They'll be looking to get buzzing, right? Looking for the opportunity, the angle to play through Boom. Trying to get themselves spread out, but there's only so much that they can do. Optimus also looking to push up in some direction. Zero making a quick escape, but unfortunately can only go so far until Kent locks in that spray down. So BTR now up to 5 eliminations. It'll look to make it 6, and there it is. Now BIGETRON by Vitality looking to pick up quite a bit of momentum as they kind of need it, right? They've started the match off with 15 points. These 6 eliminations has moved them all the way up into that 7th spot. Now Vampires coming in clutch as well, picking up their 2nd elim, but they do have Lazarus that is going to be knocked on down. So up to that far northern side of the zone, things are looking pretty tough. Glue Squad also taking down ASI8. So
Absolutely.
fighting all over the map.
Absolutely. Look at Blue Squad. They have Vampire in front of them, and then there's another team on the map who was trying to rotate from this angle, from this area. Maybe they were looking for some elimination points. Some players knocked out. But ASX side, after the previous match, we thought that they will get their momentum that they need. But unfortunately, getting eliminated early on, it's not gonna be something that can take you on the top of the points table. But I mean, Blue Squad, they are so brilliant with their utilities. Every grenade and every Molotov, they just make it count. But now that they're in the advantageous spot, fight is down to a 3v2. How are they gonna finish this fight? And how much time are they gonna finish this fight? But they gotta watch out, Xbox, you have no clue. There's one player of BTR, but Neo, he does not care. Or no, he just rushes right on the face of the players without taking any player with him. Knocked one down, get knocked out in the process. On another side, Xbox with a beautiful grenade will knock another player. Now it's just Kanto, the last man standing, up against the entire squad of Team Blue Squad. It's a 1v4.
Yeah, it's looking pretty challenging now for Vampires. It's going to be Glue trying to piece this one together. They just need one more player to hit 5 eliminations. Each player in the squad here has contributed to the carnage and, of course, to those points. As you can see, contributions looking pretty good. Now, it is going to be Xbox not playing around. They are going to look to cook it up, but look at that. XKF coming through with a very, very quick and decisive play. Now, Glue Squad, they have a bit of an opportunity to kind of catch their breath very quickly because XAVIER are going to come flying into their position.
Absolutely, Dingos are coming with beautiful grenades out there. Look at this. This is gonna leave one of the player on half HP. Molotovs are also coming flying. DK, DX, in fact, they think that maybe they are in an advantage, but this fight can put them into their demise because, you know, Blue Squad, they have had their time to reset the players. But look at this, another third party is gonna come in. Boom Esports is joining the party. They're crashing the party, and it's gonna help Glue Squad. If only 1 or 2 players get knocked out, Glue dominate, but DX, they're just proving me wrong. DX leaving Glue Squad in the last man standing as another player was taken down by Levi. This player is so brilliant. I mean, the individual performances are always going to be there. But Dorkel with a grenade, 2504 with a beautiful, beautiful grenade on the face of Neo will eliminate him, and Glue Squad is done and dusted. 9 elimination points to the name. This is classical DX for you.
Well, gotta love what we're seeing so far. NEXORY also now stepping up, looking to see if they can get a slice of the action. But XAVIER absolutely running away with those eliminations. 9 already, 1 away from hitting the 10. But now it is going to be decided to be the decider as to whether or not the XAVIER will make them as their 10th elimination. Levi looking for a little bit of something here. They know they can see the trails on the ground that leads to a potential elimination. Is this going to be the one? Levi might get surprised. Ooh, there we go. Decider now trying to come in with a jump shot. They do pick up a very sneaky attack. Almost getting the hit, and there we go. The elimination comes on through. Oh, but the nade right on the money. Dockel taking no prisoners whatsoever. Just laying down the law. Now it is going to be another squad rolling into the fight here. Sem 9, they've heard all the shots go off, but they want in on the action. Now they're going to push forward, and it's going to be the XAVIER down to only 2 remaining players.
I mean, this is the 4th or the 5th team was coming in here. That is Sem 9 going all in. It's a 3v2 situation. Imagine if you lose this fight up against a duo. That duo is going to get 12 elimination points, and that's the kind of momentum that DX needs to get things going on the points table. But once again, there's another team. What? There's another team on the backside. What is going on here? Everybody is trying to get these compounds for some reason. Boom versus Ashley going on one side. 6-9 getting knocked and eliminated. VOIN Donkeys versus RQ. The kill feed is lit, but different colors. Sem 9, you gotta watch out. You gotta be careful. You have some hard cover, but some of the players are out in the open. In the meantime, Skyforce is getting eliminated by team VIPERxKO knockout. Are they eliminated? I think. Yeah, they are. VIPERxKO knockout getting 2 elimination points, and they have 4 men standing, so a potential contender for the chicken dinners.
I mean, anybody who's alive at this point could be a potential contender for that winner chicken dinner. The XAVIER coming in hot again, locking down those eliminations. But one thing that we've been seeing come through from the XAVIER is that they are really good at getting aggressive, and then it becomes a little bit more challenging getting those placement points. So I'm curious as to whether or not they are going to be looking to change that up coming through the rest of the day. Now, Talon looking to get themselves situated as they move up onto the edge of zone, but it is going to be BTR looking to lock it down. And of course, we got VIPERxKO. They can hear the shots. They have the elevation. Are they going to look to leverage that to their favor, into their advantage? We'll find out soon, but up comes Bumblebee, looking to just fortify the position. I like the send right in onto Talon. Will they be able to get the shots though? Because this is maybe sometimes a little bit of a cheeky angle to try and take.
Absolutely, the grenades are gonna go once again. BTR, they want to win this fight. TALON Esports and BTR, they're fighting for the top spots. But here comes a grenade, beautiful grenade. Will definitely take down Erangel. The last man standing will be taken down by Bumblebee's grenade, and that's it. TALON Esports, who was looking so difficult to eliminate by BTR, a couple of grenades just got the job done. But on one side, it's VOIN Donkeys versus VIPERxKO knockout. One of the players knocked out. Tala coming in with grenade. Rezek is gonna go all in. He has an Uzi in his hands. He faced one player. Tala had no gun in his hand, but here comes the rescue. Here comes Goku, bot, crashing with his vehicle. Rezek is knocked out and finished. Now VIPERxKO knockout will get a chance to revive their teammates, but Zeta, he is so far away from his other teammate that he cannot give any cover. Now Ponbit is gonna spot him. Zeta can do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Zeta is so far away from support that it looks like they are the only one left in this match, right? That is how far away the rest of the team is. But let's see what Pubg can do. Will they be able to get the job as they move in from either side? Oh, the hits are in and down they go. VOIN Donkey out with 4 eliminations. One bit now going to try and bring M back into the fight here. The rest will have to come through. Fortunately, there's not going to be too much pressure, so they could still secure that play. BIGETRON by Vitality, though, they're not waiting around. They are going to move right here alongside Viper. Goku bot gets a nade and sent to them. Ken comes, cleans it up. Beautiful angle indeed. Now Alpha trying to get
Oh
the heck
my
out of Dodge,
God.
but instead runs right into the lobby.
Absolutely, BTR is charging and they mean business. They are just here to dominate it and get those elimination points. And now, 12 elimination points to the backpack, four players up, all four players up. The only team in the lobby with a man advantage situation, but Sam9 will be dealt by DX. A 2v3, that's what we were talking about. 13 elimination points by this duo, by this team. Let's just say trio because there is no elimination point in the back of Lamborghini. 6 by Levi's, 5 by Dokel. What a play by all the players, but now that they have to move inside this zone and there are some other dominators out there, they're gonna find eliminate BTR. If Team DX or the duo of DX manage to eliminate BTR, I can safely say that they are the most aggressive team in the lobby already, although they are the most aggressive. But I'll just, give them a certificate. Although they don't need my certificate, but I'll still do it. But moving onwards, Dokel will try to find his ways inside the zone. And now that we have the fifth stage and only 4 teams and 10 players left, I think we're gonna wait for quite some time for the teams to find each other.
Yeah, that could be exactly what we'll have coming through here. But knowing these teams, that's not going to take a long time, right? Dokel just down below. BIGETRON by Vitality trying to secure at least the edge of zone 2504 is going to be moving up towards that more northern positioning. So it's almost like XAVIER is challenging them. Like, well, you know what? You have 13 elims. We have 13 elims. Let's have a showdown. Let's see who's going to be the one to walk away victorious, right? Who will be the team to claim that winner chicken dinner? BIGETRON by Vitality. This is exactly the kind of pacing that we wanted to see come through from them. I mean, they showcased all that aggression back in the playoffs. But are they going to be able to double down? Boom Esports, down they go. Dokel gets clapped and down they go. So that is XAVIER now down to a solo. BIGETRON by Vitality. Previous season performed quite well. They finished very strong in the grand finals. In fact, they finished so strong that they came in second, and there's no tribe AEROMACY here that could get that spot ahead of them. So this could be the rise of BIGETRON by Vitality all the way, chasing the overall standings. I mean, 4 players up, 14 elims. This is the way that you get your hands on a winner chicken dinner.
I mean, this is the rise of BTR by Vitality. 14 elimination points to the name, 2 more to go, and then 16 elimination number chicken dinner by this team. Let's see if Team Ashley will try to prove us wrong. Wait a second, both the players were spotted for 2 different sides, and there we go. BTR by Vitality dominating everyone out there. And what a way to go, what a chicken dinner. They were just bringing chaos to the whole lobby. Once they get things going, everybody was, it was just impossible for everyone to stop them. What a chicken dinner by them.
Making quite a bit of a statement in this game. Absolutely phenomenal stuff that we see coming through. But that's what we want to have, right? The teams coming in hot, coming in clutch, and just upsetting everything and everyone along the way. Game number 4 ending exceptionally well here for BIGETRON by Vitality. Not the fattest chicken that we've seen, but man, what an effort it was. Absolutely love the aggression that they chose to bring in here. And this could definitely be a phenomenal finish to the last Erangel of the day. This means, of course, next up we'll have 2 Miramars. But first up, we've got to take a look at our MVP. Look at the efficiency here from Kent. 7 eliminations, 724 damage, almost no wastage. No other players were harmed in securing those 7 eliminations. So absolutely phenomenal play coming through here from the side of Kent. And BIGETRON by Vitality showcasing that they also can just decide to go absolutely crazy. 26 points is what they'll have to show for this game.
Absolutely. I mean, if only Dingoes had all 4 players, things would have been difficult for them to just stay alive or do the same thing that the BTR did. Team Dingoes, they decided to go all in before BTR. They had good elimination numbers before BTR. It's just that they lost their player to the third parties, and BTR on the other side, every fight they took, it was a complete clean fight from their side. Nobody tried to do a third party. It was a 4v4 fight and they won every time. And in the last moments, yes, there were some teams who were trying to do a third party, but BTR, they were just at the advantageous spot. They had everything to their favor. The pressure was on for everyone else. And look at the numbers, 16 total eliminations, 26 total points. This will send them back into the top 3 or maybe the first spot. Then we have Dingoes with 19 total elimination points. A comeback match for not just Dingoes but HALAL AXETRON as well, because they managed to get 11 points.
Yeah, I mean, it is looking phenomenal, right? Strong teams really smiling with points at the end of the day. And here we can see just how much BIGETRON by Vitality is smiling as they take up pole position, 24 eliminations and 17 placement points. Of course, a phenomenal way to establish yourself on these rankings. But we've been seeing quite a bit of a consistent approach from the squads that find themselves on this page, right? Look at the eliminations, 16, 16, 16, 17, 19. You know, pick a number, it's there. You'll most likely see it on the screen. But these teams are doing some...
Hungry Jack's fried chicken. It's different. New spicy chicken lips, juicy bone-in chicken, fried to crispy perfection. Go on, get into it. Spicy chicken lips, pure at Hungry Jack's.
This means points, right?
Whoa.
You want points. That's what it's about. And so far, DRS, NEXORY, they're having a pretty tough day. Yes, NEXORY had only one game, but still.
I mean, DRS, they're having a tough time, but Dingoes, look at them, they jumped right from the 17th spot to the 10th spot with one good match. And DX, if they keep on doing this, they can find themselves into the top 3. They need one more good match like this, maybe a chicken dinner with 10 to 12 elimination numbers. It will push them to the top 3 spots, but you know, it's an opportunity for everyone. The day is still far from over. We have 2 matches to go. If you get 40 points in 2 matches, yeah, and if you're on the 16th or 15th spot, your jump is gonna take you to the third spot or maybe top 3.
Yep.
But what a play by BTR! An absolutely chaotic performance. The lobby was unable to stop them. Although there were other dominators too, but BTR, they just shined brighter than everybody else.
Yeah, they shone bright like a diamond, right? But what a way to go, what a way to wrap up our Erangel matches. But that, of course, means only one thing. Next up, we are going to have to dust off that plane before we take the approach moving into Miramar, because it is going to be sand. It is going to be quite a bit of an opportunity for teams now to play the upset, right? So this is that chance for the teams sitting lower on the standings, especially looking at, like, you know, 14th place downwards. This is going to be that opportunity for them to try and bounce back. I'm talking to DRS, I'm talking to Bandit, RRQ, and of course, NEXORY yet to show us what their
VOIN
kind of
donkeys.
approach is coming in. Yeah, VOIN Donkey right there in 14th position on 15 points. But this is that opportunity for the teams to make a statement, right? NEXORY, yes, they had one game. They were falling behind a little bit, but coming into game number 5, they can bounce back.
Absolutely, but there is one thing that Team DRS needs to work on, and that is the drop clashes. You know, in every other match, they're going for those drop fights, and that's where they struggle a lot. That's when they lose a drop fight and they get nothing out of it. Talk about the previous 3 Erangels, they had drop fights and they lost every time. So I think that's the reason why they're struggling. So many teams coming up in the drop fight. This time around, Bandit also lost their drop fight to Dingoes, although they managed to win 2 times. But losing the 3rd time is the main reason why they're not here in the top spots. But even when they were winning their drop fights, they were losing their place. So I think there's no point taking in drop fights. If you're practicing for PMGC or Esports World Cup or PMSL or any big tournament, and you think or you know that you will not take a drop fight in those big tournaments, then what's the point of doing this in here? I mean, what's the point? If you're not gonna do something in the grand finals, why are you practicing it?
Yeah, if you're not going to use it, then why do it even in the first place? It makes no sense. But hopefully we can see a little bit of a change in that dynamic come through as we continue, not only with today's matches, but also the remaining 2 days, right? Because as we know, these teams, they have a lot of capability. They've showcased a lot of their talents, and we know that they can play phenomenal PUBG. We just want to see it, right? Bring
Yeah.
it out. Show us why they are, viewers in the chat going crazy, shouting out your name, saying, "You're so great." We know who you are, but show us, right? I'd love to see that come through, and hopefully Miramar will be exactly that match in which the teams decide to unlock that extra level of insanity.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing more greater than a good performance, a 20-point second in a, as you always say, that you want to see a 13 total point second in a 30 points bomber. But Miramar is one of those maps where you get a lot of time, where you get a lot of play area. Even if you're in a fight, the opportunity to get into a third party, or maybe getting one or two players going for those wraparound, and then they got spotted by someone else, the opportunity gets very low. I mean, you do not get third parties more often. But what's gonna happen in the next match? Only time is gonna tell. Before we head to the next match, we have to take a short break. So stay tuned, stay with us. We will be right back.
wrapped up all the Erangel matches. We've wrapped up all the Rondo games. So now it's going to be time for us to see exactly what the teams are going to be doing in our final 2 matches for the first day of the grand finals. After today, there's only 2 days left, right? Only 12 more games to decide who will be sitting at the top and who will be within that top 5 to walk away with their share of the prize pool. So, Aladdin, there's going to be a lot on the wire for the squads here to see who can clutch it out.
I mean, teams already know that things are getting messy for them on the points table, but still, the intention of every team is to just go all in, take those drop flashes. No one is backing down for those early fights. Talking about TRS, they had only 3 points in the first 2 matches, and yet they forced themselves to go to the drop flashes. So, I mean, the intention of every other team is clear. Either get to the top, go for the intention of every other elimination points, or just go all in, get into the drop clash and get yourself eliminated. They know that the stakes are higher than ever, yet they are not, backing off. But moving onwards, it's the first map of Miramar. There's one thing that I always say, that whenever the terrain changes, it changes the momentum of the teams. So is it going to happen once again? Is there going to be any other team from the bottom who's going to rise and try to put themselves in the top 3? Only time is going to tell. But talking about the drop flash, in fact, talking about the flight path, it's going to start from Campo Militar, end zone now to Elia. Let's see. Let's wait and find out if there's going to be any drop flash, or the teams are going to realize that, no, I think it will be over if we do this, if we keep on doing this.
I mean, Sim9 and Boom, right? They're getting ready for a little bit of a showdown, so I'm not going to say no to that. We'll see who else could be looking to step up to the challenge. And I'm curious as
Get up to $3,000 cash back with the Greater Bank Digital Home Loan.
the teams are still getting off the plane. See where they'll go and where that zone is going to be taking us. I mean, you've hit some of the predictions pretty on point as to where that zone is going to be taking us. But let's see. Los Leones. All right,
Look
well,
at
there
this.
we go. Puerto Pareso is going to be smack center zone. I mean, the last time we saw this, of course, was back in was back on day
Last
one.
chance. Last
Yeah,
chance. Last
back on
chance.
day one of
Yeah.
Last Chance. Yeah.
Yep. Whoa. Bat bike? What do we call it? I don't know. That's Batman's motorcycle. Moving onwards, talking about where the circle is gonna end. I think it's gonna end towards the southern side of Los Leones, because I've casted such circles in many of the tournaments. Let's see if it happens or not. But here comes the first knockout. Sam9 is in a fight with some team. I think it's Boom Esports. Boom Esports versus Sam9 going on one side, and then we have Vampire versus Bandit and BIGETRON. Bandit, they have a drop clash in every other map. I think they don't have a drop clash in Rondo, but yes, they have a drop clash in Erangel and then in Miramar now. Coming up against Vampire, who is already dominating, that's not a very good choice. That's a bold move. And Vampire, we know that they will not fall back. They can never fall back. That's an esports World Cup or global championship level team. They have their ego high, but is their ego gonna win, or are they gonna get dominated by Bandit, because we've seen them playing good in close ranges?
Yeah, that's going to be an important one. We'll have answered hopefully pretty soon. I mean, ideally, yeah, for Vampires, seeing that they know BIGETRON so well, they could definitely look to outmaneuver the competition. But I was curious as to whether or not anybody is going to look to drop down on that southwestern side. The answer is yes. It is going to be the players here from Champions Esports as well as TODAK up in Valle del Mar. So love to see it, but who's going to be the one to walk away with the territory to themselves? Boom Esports, though, are going to be the first squad to get absolutely obliterated as Sam9 came in hot. The jump shots now here from Atomic. Going to try and come on through. No S12K to show just yet. It's going to be BLUZZ also just quickly trying to come in with a little sneaky cheeky play. 999 up on the top here. Patiently awaiting to see what is going to come through, but oh, look at that. BLUZZ secures the play. This is now going to be that opportunity for Champions Esports to turn the players here from TODAK on their heads and send them back into the lobby.
Six teams coming up against each other. Once again, C1, one of the players knocked out. They need to revive him. In the meantime, Kanto is gonna clutch the fight up against Team Bandit. Was that a 1v4? I think it is. This guy is going on a domination. Or maybe a 1v3 by Vampire Esports Kento, because they have 3 elimination points, all 3 confirmed by one player. That is brilliant. Miola will find the last player and he will eliminate him. Vampire, they lost one player in the process, but they confirm 4 points there. But here comes another fight. Champion spotting the players of Team TDK. One is knocked out. It's down to a 4v3. But the wraparound's gonna be there. Atomic will be found by Cleon. But Balsa comes for the rescue. Another trade coming in.
See if Kino can play on the angle here. Skim just up ahead. It's a nice little cheeky angle as they're coming through here. Kino so close to getting that wrap. Gem does get the point as the knock has been just sent in their direction. But this is now looking pretty tough here for the side of TODAK. 2 players up. That is all they've got. Essentially 1 player in the fight, right? Skim having all the pressure riding on the shoulders. Oh, the lean is there. And Kino gets popped. Down they go. Now it's going to be the rest of the team looking to double down as they come pushing on forward. Dolphin is out of here. So TODAK down to 1. Let's see if can get this play. There we have it. The shots are in. BLUZZ to land the final blow. And that is going to be the first 4 points now on board for this match. Coming in here. And this is champions looking pretty good. BIGETRON by Vitality. Gonna look to see if they can keep this torch burning, right? They've already got that first winner chicken dinner. Are they gonna be able to get another one? As they now find themselves a little bit of vampires. Ooh, there we go. A nice bit of an appetizer. But will they get the rest of the play? Because you were talking about vampires earlier, right? They are the team that should be able to hold on to the position. But now with BTR looking to contest, I'm not quite sure how this one's gonna turn out.
Absolutely, BTR, 1 elimination point in the tally, but Vampire is up against them. It's a 2v4 situation. Bumblebee clearly missed the shot that he was about to land on one player. It's a wraparound by Team BTR from 2 different sides. I mean, they already have the advantage. Bumblebee, you gotta watch out. Kanto is the player who did a 1v4 previously, 1v3, and Kanto will once again find Bumblebee, and he will take him down. It's not looking good for BTR. Now they're gonna go all in, but they lost 1 player in the process. Vampire, no more room for domination. But with 5 elimination points, they will get out. But BTR will play by them. Although they could have saved Bumblebee. If only he couldn't. If only he was with his teammates. I mean, he decided to push all in. He was alone here. The teammates were not here, and that's the reason why he got eliminated. And Kanto, how could you stop someone who was running it down on every other player? He did a 1v3, and he certainly eliminated 1. If only he had some HP or maybe a shotgun in his hands, things would have turned sour for Team BTR. But I mean, it's a good news that they only lost 1, and now they have 3 elimination points.
Yeah, I mean, they were buzzing with excitement, but unfortunately, that has now left the building, right? As the teams will have to continue to apply themselves to get into that next zone. NEXORY demo. Ooh, gonna get a hit in the face here as Lamborghini comes pushing on forward. Dockel has been dropped. HP slowly ticking down. Lamborghini needs to be very careful. Can't afford to lose too much health here. Dockel, though, will get confirmed. So that puts the XAVIER on a little bit of a back foot. 3 players up. G now going to rush on forward. Yesterday, we did see G there from NEXORY really popping off at the end. Now, Demo on the front line. Oh, is he going to get it? So close. That tree coming in clutch. Lamborghini slowly bleeding out. There's going to be an easy approach here for G. Sends the molly out. Is it going to connect up? No need even as the flames just cooks it up and Lamborghini is done.
Absolutely, DS. They cannot afford to lose this fight. Last match was the match when they got their momentum. They cannot lose it now. Up against NEXORY, the team with just 1 point. But it's a 2v3 situation. Can be converted into 2v4 if Epics get a revive. Grenades are coming in. 2504. We've seen this guy doing some amazing clutches with grenades only. But Marcos, his position is revealed. Now he's forced to fall back. 2504 once again coming with a grenade, and Levi's is also throwing some utilities, but they're not gonna connect. Here comes a mini 14 spray or single taps. Another player is knocked down. 2504 left alone. Cannot revive his teammates. It's a full push. It's a full send in. Marcos was find him. Connect some bullets, but it's the mini guy who's gonna get the job done, or maybe the Molotov of Marcos will get the job done. And here comes the revive. NEXORY will win this fight up against the Dingoes, the team who dominated everyone in the previous match, without losing a single player.
Yeah, well, NEXORY on the track for victory. Let's see if they can get it done. A good way to step it up. This is their second match of the day, but so far things looking pretty decent here for them. I say that, and they are quite deep into the blue. But of course, last time we saw the zone taking an aggressive shift in this direction. It was a pretty chaotic match to play through. Now, RRQ here can be finding themselves just on the northern side of Puerto Pareso. The last time we were here, that zone pulled right into Puerto. So I wonder if the teams are maybe anticipating a potential shift in this direction. Of course, we have no indication as to where that zone is going to be taking us. Ideally, I think for the teams, we'd love to see it kind of stay on the dry land. But, you know, PUBG being PUBG, this zone can go anywhere.
Absolutely. You know, there's this thing that I always say about the zone formation or the zone meta. You put a big ball, you put a small ball in a big ball, and then you shake it. And wherever the small ball is going to stop, that's where the circle is going to go.
And you might even be 100% accurate every single time.
Yeah, that's the entire meta. That's how you predict the zone. That's how I predict it. But moving onwards, it's ASX side, casted Nova. Yes, there are some repetitive shifts. You can predict the zone, but you cannot be 100% accurate. Like when I predict a zone, I'm like, oh, the last 10 minutes of the flight path going from here to here, the circle went here. Yes, you can also predict where the next shift is going to be according to the areas that are there in the zone, but it's also very difficult. Moving onwards is ASX side. We're saving some knockouts in the kill feed, which is not good because ASX side, they need good matches, they need good points. I was thinking that maybe Miramar is the match where they had 18 elimination points previously. Maybe they'll have their good amount of elimination number match here, but as they're losing their players one by one, looks like they are not quite comfortable, not quite confident yet. I mean, it's looking difficult for them.
I mean, nothing wrong with a bit of a challenge, right? It does keep the teams on their toes. But speaking about toes, is there going to be any opportunity for RRQ maybe to come flying in with a few additional points, as they are all the way down in 15th? Now it's going to be VOIN Donkey coming under fire here as BIGETRON by Vitality starts to move in. Gent gets picked up. Now it's going to be up to Razy to see if they can res their team back into contention. But I love this because look at Sem9 moving in, so that sandwich coming into play yet again. VOIN Donkey and Sem9 now going to be looking to pressure the living goodness out of BTR.
BTR, two players are knocked out. It's the 1v4 situation up against VOIN Donkeys. BTR cannot recover from this. Only player is knocked out. And I think before they confirm the elimination point, okay, it's Sem9 who's gonna come in. A third party that we were talking about. Before they ended BTR, there is Sem9 who's gonna wrap them around from different sides. They have everything, the man advantage, the elevation, everything to the perfection. Let's see if Sem9 can once again be a nightmare for VOIN Donkeys, because they have done it every other time. BTR Optimus trying to push forward will be taken down by Rizik. But now VOIN Donkeys are comfortable on these compounds, but Sem9 still there, still waiting for them to make a mistake and trying to capitalize. Sem9 is here, also waiting for Team VOIN Donkeys to do anything exceptional. But here comes another fight. Blue squad versus NEXORY. NEXORY already 4 elimination points in the backpack. They have only one player standing. This was the rotational fight that we always say that is risky, but the risk is quite there. So is the opportunity to get elimination points. Blue squad, some grenades are going all in, flying. Their OG will also be left in the last 20% holes. Blue squads, they need to cover up. They need to recover from here. They gotta eliminate eliminate the players as soon as they can, because the blue juice is gonna damage everyone out there. But once again, Demo OG will be facing a grenade, but no damage given to him whatsoever.
It's unfortunate. A nice opportunity could be available here. Let's see what the yellow Power Ranger can do. Stickly are going to try and just survive as best they can, but unfortunately no res going to come through, but no res needed as Demo is going to be taken down. XKF just falling to that blue. And you can see the rest of blue also now getting taken out of here. HLE going to get rushed, as it is, of course, champions now looking to keep the ball rolling. They already have 4 eliminations. Can they find more? But HALAL, AXETRON, they are both teams sitting on 27 points apiece. So this is essentially the fight to see who will be the one to take the higher position. So far, champions doing a really good job here. 4 eliminations up. They are going to be looking to lock even more so. But don't forget about Hitman. Hitman there from HALAL. AXETRON could really come in with a little bit of a sneaky play alongside the rest of the crew. Let's see now. Well, we have BLUZZ, Kino, capable of securing the sprays, get those eliminations in, because time's running out, right? It's just the 2v3, and TALON are waiting right there up on the hill for this fight to be concluded.
Absolutely, but wait a second. Goku Board coming at the kill feed, popping some edge with the AWM, but Seaman Esports, they're gonna spot the players of team HLE, or maybe it's TALON Esports coming for the third party, but BLUZZ was still this elimination number away. But wait a second, another player still close. The combat is gonna be breached, and BLUZZ, he needs to realize that there's the one player on top of this compound. You gotta eliminate him first. Look at Kino. He's going all in. On the back of it, BLUZZ is giving the support that is needed by Kino. Grenades are coming in from both sides. Hitman is not gonna survive. And look at this. This will send him back to the lobby. Or wait a second. It's not. But Kino once again moves forward. Puts a headshot. It puts a bullet in the head of the last man standing of Team HLE. Once again, the grenades are gonna go. BLUZZ is baiting for his teammate. In fact, Kino is baiting for his teammate. BLUZZ is also trying to cook the grenade. Hitman, he needs to pull that miracle off. He needs to do a 1v2. Is he gonna do it? Can he clutch the situation? The answer is still yet to be found. But Team C1, they do not want to make a mistake. They want to deal with him with just grenades, but they have to breach. They have to go all in. Still waiting and still trying to wait for the mistake that Hitman will probably make. But wait a second, BLUZZ, how can you do this? You knew that one player was knocked out right here, and Hitman has the opportunity now to clutch Team C1.
Well, TALON's also looking to capitalize on the available opportunity there, as they did find that hit, making it a little bit more easier now for Kino. Oh, well, look at that. There we go. The play is in. Champions up to 7 eliminations. Of course, helping the players there from HALAL, AXETRON right back into the lobby. Skyforce, they're going to be moving up on towards the western edge of the zone, looking to see if there's any potential angles for them to take. It's going to be VOIN Donkey also losing one of their players. The zone is going to start to close on up. ASI8 still in it, but can they clutch it up? VOIN Donkey knocking on the door, demanding something. Can we see what who is going to do here? Still a nice and bit of contentious position up on the edge of zone as we are about to enter stage number 5. Zeta will not be able to survive, as the blue is going to get the better of them. Oh, Razak getting caught in a healing position, and down they go. Their hands in their pockets, and back to the lobby they are.
Absolutely, another team back in the lobby. A6i, 3 elimination number in the tally, and they're looking strong now. Although they lost one of the player, it seemed like Team A6i will get eliminated, but surviving from there, now getting elimination points, that's a good thing. Now they want to move inside the zone, but the zone is not so far away, so they can definitely go there. But there's Skyforce, who is going to challenge them. Skyforce, I want to see how many players do they have. Okay, they have the entire squad. So C1, in fact, Skyforce versus A6i, that's going to be another brilliant fight. But wait a second, Iron, without taking information, how can you decide to push forward? And this is an opportunity to Team Skyforce to maximize their elimination points. The compound is going to be breached, but the position is revealed. And here comes the first grenade on Armin. He will be taken down in the back of it. Spree is going to take down another player. And it's excited who will suffer their demise by the hands of Sky.
All right, they weren't quick enough on that play. Now, as we can see, Sim9 holding on with the solo. Champions are going to get wrapped up, and off they go. 7 eliminations up, though. Sim9 looking pretty good. 8 eliminations, but only a duo left to try and defend. So it's going to come down to Skyforce, Talon, and RRQ to see who can clutch it out. They have the numbers. They have the opportunity. But can they leverage it? Can they turn this one around? Sim9 are going to find themselves in quite a bit of a predicament here, especially if Skyforce now chooses to push over that ridge line. But it will buy Satria a little bit of time, right? Because Skyforce, they are going to be somewhat vulnerable once they clear that ridge line.
Absolutely, RRQ, they're trying to get close to Team Sim9. On the other side, Skyforce, if they throw one good grenade, it will be over for Sim9. Try out. I mean, Satria is in the back lines, but he can do nothing. He cannot revive. Only he can spot down the players of Skyforce if they try to move forward, but the position was not known. Now that it's known, Skyforce is not going to make the same mistake, but wait a second, try out, taking the leap of faith. You gotta watch out, RQ is still there, Lapar, or maybe someone else will get spotted by Tryout, and he will find another player, but wait a second, Sim9 compromise from 2 different sides, RQ on one and Skyforce on another, but wait a second, RQ has decided to charge in on Team Skyforce. That's not looking good for Skyforce. They're getting pinned from 2 different sides. I see why. Will find Satria, he will take him down. I mean, you have 2 players only. How can you decide to slam in like this in a team that has 4 players? But Skyforce, now the 2 players needs to be revived. On one side that they have team Team RRQ to challenge, and on another there's another duo that they need to face. That's Sim9 Tryout, who is left alone now. But Skyforce, the revivals are needed, because if Team Sim9 or if any other team realizes that there is only one player who is reviving his teammates, they will definitely charge in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that information is not available to the teams here, as if they don't see it, it's not happening. And now, RRQ, they still have a bit of an opportunity to try and bounce back. Same can be said here for Skyforce, but it is going to be a pretty hot and heated play here for Tryout, as they go up in flames. That is Sim9, 8 eliminations to their name. RRQ now quickly trying to duck over the ridge. 1 player remaining here for the side of RRQ. Can they, however, get those reses secured? Going to try and bring Lapar back into the fight. Nuga also just on the edge of zone. Cutlass getting ready. You can see them getting all excited and prepped up. Sanchir also looking for the next position. They have potentially spotted our Talon, but this could be a big old bait and switch, as Talon also has a decent position here. They've got quite a bit of an angle to try and play off of here. A cool quite distant from the rest of the Talon squad. Will we see them now looking to regroup and come through with full force, or are they going to play and try and capitalize on the carnage already ahead of them?
I mean, look at the position of Axel. He can definitely give a lot of cover to his teammates, but Skyforce Century coming up with a grenade. All the players have been revived. It's a 4-man show. 5 elimination numbers to the backpack. Tryout. In fact, Boycel is the player who is knocked out. You gotta watch out. You cannot do this in such a fight where you have 4 men standing, where Boycel will be taken down by IC. Well, elimination numbers confirm. It's a 3v4 situation where Team RRQ, they have a duo surviving, but Team Skyforce, they have all 4 players, 6 elimination numbers. They're charging in on every other team out there. But look at the call. He will find one player. Riley's down, but can he clutch it? Can he eliminate him as well? Let's wait and find out. Team Skyforce, whenever one player is knocked out, the entire team rushes on him and entire team tries to revive him, and that's the best thing about this team. But once again, RRQ trying to hold down Team TALON Esports on one side. Position of Akal is so good, but the greatest coming again on Skyforce and Cheat. You gotta watch out. If you get another player knocked out, things will look messy because TALON will then charge, and they have the disadvantage. They have 3 players, but if you get the first knockout, things will balance out, and then TALON will not leave you. They will not leave you with a chicken dinner in your favor. But I think Skyforce have decided to charge in on RRQ. They are pushing and trying to eliminate all the players, but they have no idea where Lapar is. The position is unknown. Lapar will eliminate one player from here, and now it's back to a balanced fight between TALON and Team Skyforce.
It's a 3v3 showdown. Skyforce definitely showing a lot of force here with 8 eliminations. Now going to look to make it 9. As the knocks continue to find their way through, the balance keeps on shifting. Skyforce have one player up. It's going to be Icy, and Icy is super low on the health bar. TALON still having a bit of an opportunity here, but they don't necessarily have a favorable zone setup. Let's see if Icy can clutch this one. Is they going to look to hop in the vehicle, look to play for zone, and in doing so, this could open up exactly what they need to do. But here we go. Icy very alone here. No support, no backup, nothing. All it is a 1v3 play. Not what you want to do, Icy. Getting caught out, and down they go. Icy delivering themselves on a silver platter. And with that, it is the end of the road here for them. Our first Miramar for the day done and dusted. That victory going straight over to the side of TALON, and a beautiful, glorious bounce back coming through for the squad. But Yoru Johan is going to be our MVP. 3 eliminations and 723 damage getting secured here.
I mean, Johan, he was the performer of the previous match with 700 damage. The domination is justified. The play is justified. He was so good. The third party that they did on Skyforce, that was so brilliant. I mean, they did one thing that no one was able to do. And, eliminating Skyforce, that was the biggest challenge for everyone. But now that they have 16 points, TALON Esports, once again, trying to get their comfortable spot in the points table. Skyforce, what a way to go. A comfortable match by them. That's one thing that we were highlighting before the match started, that now that the terrain is changing, maybe we will see new names coming in. I mean, Skyforce, RRQ, Champions Esports, and NEXORY. This is their first good match. Before that, they had no good points.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same for TALON, right? TALON essentially doubling their points in one single match. So a phenomenal showing coming through here from them. Skyforce also looking pretty confident. Got to say that for them. I mean, they came in with 16 points. They walk away with 14 additional on top of that. So an absolutely amazing play here. But of course, only a few teams can look to push the envelope. RRQ also doubling down on the double digits. Starting with 13, adding 11 to it. And this is where we're going to see the result of this match now. Sem9 moving up 2 positions back into pole position here. Of course, the players there from Champions Esports also coming through with a glorious jump as they've now moved up 1 slot into 5th. TALON climbing all the way from that 12th position, stepping into page number 1. And this is where you want to be, right? Skyforce also feeling quite comfortable. They've been able to secure their entry into the top 9. 30 points is going to seal out that top 9 position.
Absolutely, 48 points, Sem9 on the first spot. A 2-spot jump by them. They will definitely lead from BTR and Glue Squad. But the difference is not quite there. They have 48 points and BIGETRON only 4 points away. So one good match can definitely dethrone this team. But Skyforce jumping in and moving towards the first page, that is amazing. RRQ, a 5-spot jump by them, 24 points with the name. That's also a good performance. But then we have TODAK Gaming, AXETRON, VIPERxKO, who need to step up big time because this is the grand finals. If you don't get enough points in the day 1, the first spot, the podium, will be compromised. You're gonna make a comeback, and you gotta make sure that you end your day in 35 or 40 points at least.
Yeah, there's going to be a tall order and quite a bit of a push will have to come through on this. But yeah, that wraps up our first Miramar. We've got one more Miramar to go. And an interesting place my camera decided to freeze on that one. But hey, you know, we'll take everything that we're given here. And of course, speaking about what we're given, we are going to be taking a very quick break. And we'll be right back with the final match of day number 1 right here in the grand finals. Stay tuned. Number 1 right here in the grand finals. Stay tuned.